Welcome to another exciting episode of Talk of the Town presented by Tree City Sports. I am your host, CJ McClure. So grateful to be here with you guys today. Hopefully you guys are liking all the content we've been putting out. We've got a lot more sports news and stories to tell, so keep it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our social pages. You guys have been fantastic. You guys are awesome. The suggestions we've got from the Kansas Athlete Spotlight has been overwhelming. We are doing our best to cover all of the athletes you guys have suggested to us and nominated for the show. Your guys' support has been amazing. The way you guys have responded to the videos, your contributions, your thoughts on it, everything is important to us, and we are here for it. We love it. Keep it coming, guys. Before we get into our sports news today, as always, we're rocking the shirt made by AM Creations in Ottawa, Kansas. They have been absolutely amazing with their support, and we are so glad to represent a local business like them. Do not forget to like and subscribe to all of their social pages. Keep up with the latest news. They are awesome, and we are very supportive of them as they have been for us. And on my way out to the studio this morning, you know I had to stop by Arrowhead Nutrition and pick up my morning energy tea. This one is called Water Dragon, and I'm telling you, every single thing that I've gotten from there has been incredible. All of their products are fantastic, and you will not be disappointed. Go stop in and say hi. Check out all their great energy teas and nutritional shakes. Tell them we sent you. Say you heard it on Tree City Sports to go check them out, because those guys are awesome. Now let's get into the sports news we all care about. As we discussed in our last episode, there was discussion of Dan Hurley leaving the UConn Huskies to join the LA Lakers as their head coach. And I am here to thankfully tell you that that is not the case. Dan Hurley turned down a 6-year, $70 million contract offer from the Lakers to return to UConn. And for that, I applaud you, Dan. That was the best move for your career, and it also sets you up potentially to go three-peat in the NCAA tournament. That would be amazing for you, and I believe that you will get your chance to be a head coach in the NBA, and when you do, you will make the most of it. But I applaud you again for declining the Lakers and not getting into that hot mess, because as we've seen recently, there's just not much there in the way of hope for the Lakers as a head coach. You're not going to have the creative freedom that you need, and it's just a sketchy situation if you're a head coach. Either you're going to have great success right off the bat, or you're not, and you're not going to last. And that would be really, really sad for you to leave UConn in such a great position that you're in to go to that hot dumpster fire of a mess. I mean, I applaud you again and again and again. It was a great move by you. And I can't wait to see what you do with this basketball season at UConn. You have an amazing chance of three-peating as a national champion. That is something that is absolutely incredible. And you going for it, showing your dedication to these kids at UConn, that's amazing to see as a head coach, for you to be able to turn down the lights of LA and the allure of leading the Lakers. It's incredible, and we are so glad that Dan Hurley turned that down. And that's not just me being a Lakers non-fan, because I'm not really a fan of the Lakers at all, and haven't ever been. But this is me as a fan of great head coaches and thinking of what is best for their career. And Dan Hurley turning down LA was the best move that he could have made for his career. He is going to have another great season with UConn, and they're going to go make another deep run in the NCAA tournament. You can almost guarantee a Final Four run, if not a third straight national championship, with him returning to the Huskies. it's incredible to see, and it's so great that one day you will get your head coaching chance, but it's so great to see you turn down the Lakers, and not just as a basketball fan, but for your career, it was the best move that you could have made. And like I said, you're going to do great things. When you get your chance in the NBA, you're going to knock it out of the park and you're going to do awesome. But you made the right choice here. Good job, Dan. It was announced last week that Kansas State landed defensive back Martell Jackson from Derby High School's class of 2025. Another Kansas kid, another great recruit for Coach Kleiman and crew. We are so excited to see what this season brings. This kid makes this team deeper and stronger on defense. He's got it all, man. He's got speed, athleticism. He does so good at keeping his hands in the perfect position to break up passes when he's on defense. He does so good. His open field tackling is also incredible. He doesn't miss many tackles. And when he gets a hold of you, you're going down. His break on the ball, when he sees the ball thrown, man, he can take what could be an easy completion and knock it down for an incompletion or turn it into absolutely no gain because he's there as soon as the receiver catches the ball. It is incredible to watch, and watching him on zone defense, the way he switches receivers so smoothly and so quickly, it's incredible. Coach Kleiman, you are doing an amazing job there in Manhattan, and we applaud you. We cannot wait to see what this season brings. You and Gene Taylor as a whole, K-State athletics is going to be super, super exciting this coming season in all sports. We cannot wait. And we applaud Gene Taylor for the job he is doing as athletic director. We are so thankful to have great coaches like we do at K-State and an athletic director that cares so much about winning and cares about our program as much as he does. He's involved in every single sport, and it is absolutely beautiful. Again, Gene Taylor, you are doing an amazing job, and we thank you. Coach Kleiman, you are doing an amazing job, and we thank you as well. We cannot wait to see what this season has to bring for K-State football. While we're on the subject of K-State's football, like I said, the overall excitement of the season is incredible. We cannot wait to see what happens. But I'll tell you why K-State is going to have a great season. Connor Riley is going to do an amazing job as offensive coordinator, and I believe that he is the right person to take over for Colin Klein. We were sad to see him go to Texas A&M, but we don't blame him. He deserves a shot at an SEC school. If he can get paid more, go for it, bud. We're proud of you. As a K-State alum, we will always, always, always support you. We are so thankful for what you did in your time in Manhattan, and maybe someday there will be a spot for you, and you'll be back. And if that happens, we're all for it. We're here. You know, we'll accept you with arms wide open, as Creed would say. But the excitement for Connor Riley and the entire K-State offense is just incredible. I mean, we've got the Heisman favorite in the Big 12, Avery Johnson, who is going to set this conference ablaze. When he gets going really good early in the season, and if he stays healthy, man, there's just going to be no stopping this kid. This kid is absolutely electric in every play that he makes. And he makes such high IQ football plays at such a young age. It is amazing to watch. You can just see the wheels turning in him when you talk. You can tell his passion for football. You can tell how much he loves being at K-State. And it's absolutely amazing to have a quarterback like Avery Johnson. He is going to do amazing things for this program, and he will be an NFL draft pick. He will be. There is no way that he won't. He stays healthy and he produces the way he has been. He will be a day one draft pick. He should be. And we will always support him through his NFL career because he's going to make it there. There's no doubt of that. And not only is Avery Johnson super exciting, I mean, we've got a great receiving core. We're bringing back a few players from last year, Jace Brown, to name one. He's a super, super athletic kid, and he does great on the offensive field. He's got great hands, great speed, all around an incredible player. And in the backfield, joining DJ Giddens this year will be Dylan Edwards. And Dylan Edwards, if you haven't watched him play, go watch his highlights, man. This kid is going to be just as electric as Avery and DJ. That's going to be the best backfield in the Big 12 by far, without question. There are some backfields in the Big 12 that are pretty stacked, but when you compare the combination of DJ Giddens and Dylan Edwards with Avery Johnson back there throwing passes, there is no debate that K-State has the most potential in the Big 12 here. Their offense is set for success, and they are going to continue their great success. They are landing transfers, they're landing recruits like at a crazy high rate. These are quality recruits, quality signings. These aren't just nobody kids. These are kids that are going to make an impact on this offense and defense, and it's awesome to see. And another name of kids that went to visit K-State this last week was Drayton Knoll, one of the kids we highlighted on our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. That's incredible, man. If we could get another kid there on K-State, another Kansas kid committed to K-State to continue the great success that this program is headed towards, let's go for it. Let's go Kansas. I mean, Coach Kleiman is doing an absolutely amazing job building this roster, and the support he has behind him and Gene Taylor is just incredible. And we are so excited for the future of K-State football. And speaking of Avery Johnson, how exciting was it to see him and Mahomes hanging out at K-State Day at the K for the Royals? That was absolutely awesome. It's like the GOAT and the kid together. I mean, two great Big 12 quarterbacks, two of the best to ever play in the Big 12, and one of the best to ever play in the NFL, even in his short career. To have that kind of mentor, to have them hanging out, to know the potential that those two could come up with, the schemes they could have, man, the potential there is through the roof. The sky is really the limit with Avery Johnson and his athleticism. There's no doubt he could do amazing things just like Mahomes. And who knows, maybe very, very shortly, we will see a Mahomes-Avery Johnson game in the NFL. And I'm all for that. As a Chiefs fan, as a Mahomes fan, as an Avery fan, as a K-State fan, that would be awesome. I cannot wait to see what Avery Johnson does in his future in football. It is going to be absolutely incredible. And having someone like Mahomes in his corner only makes that much more exciting. Man, the game in Dublin, August 23rd against Iowa State, that is going to be absolutely amazing. The potential to get fans in Ireland to care about Big 12 sports, that is amazing. And it's not just about K-State and Iowa State. I'll make this very clear. It's about the whole conference of the Big 12. The national exposure, the international exposure, getting those fans to come to the stadiums overseas, to create new fans from over there. I mean, the Big 12 is headed in a great direction, and this only adds to it. it's going to be absolutely awesome to watch. I'm not going to be able to make it out to Dublin, but I will be supporting K-State from home no matter what. And I cannot wait to see this game and to see how excited the fans are over there to see K-State and Iowa State hash it out. And I will say the Big 12 is amazing because a lot of their fans, I know K-State fans especially, are super great about traveling to go to games. Like when we make the Big 12 championship in Arlington, the amount of K-State fans that make that trip is absolutely incredible. Every time I've been to a Big 12 game outside of Manhattan, there have been so many state fans that it's just awesome. They're all around us. You're always surrounded by your own fans. And that's incredible to see a fan base that travels as well as K-State does. And it's not just K-State, because a lot of the Big 12 teams, almost all of them, travel just as well as K-State. They do awesome at keeping up with their team and supporting their teams. As a Big 12 member, that is absolutely amazing to see. And that's what we want. That's exactly the kind of support we want to see our teams have. It doesn't matter where you're from. Go support your team. We want to meet you at the games. We want to come out and see you guys. Come by, stop by, tailgate with us. Shoot, we don't care. We're all family in the Big 12. So let's act like it. If you see us at a game this year, basketball, football, baseball, whatever, do not be afraid to say hi. We love the Big 12, and we are super grateful to support a team that is a member of such a great conference. And let's go State. Let's go Big 12. Let's have a great year in every single sport. Let's make 2024-25 one of the best years for the Big 12 in all sports. And I'm sure you noticed I changed shirts. No, I didn't just change shirts in the middle of an episode. I had an error with something I had said when recording yesterday, so I have to fix it. But ignoring my wardrobe change, we're discussing K-State's football season for this year. It's going to be exciting to see the strides they've made on offense and defense. And man, their over-under total is sitting at 9.5. There's a really, really good chance that K-State hits the over there. They're going to be really, really close to that, if not over. Like, they've got... The Big 12 is so competitive, and you never know. It's so unpredictable. You never know how it's going to go, how the season's going to play out. When you play all these great teams at home or on the road, it's a competitive game no matter where you're at and who you're playing. And that's part of the beauty of the Big 12 and why we love it so much, and why as fans we enjoy the competition of the Big 12. I really think that there's not a lot of games that are not winnable for K-State. Every single game, especially in the Big 12, is absolutely winnable for K-State this year. Like I said, the Big 12 is so unpredictable that you never know. But from their schedule and from the way this team looks, there's no doubt in my mind at all that K-State will be the college football playoff contender representative for the Big 12. They're going to do great things this year. Coach Kleiman is doing an amazing job. Bringing Connor Riley in is just incredible. The job Gene Taylor has done, I'll say it again and again and again, over and over, that Gene Taylor is absolutely killing it in Manhattan. His support for all of the K-State teams, not just football and basketball and all that. All of his support for all of K-State's teams is absolutely awesome. And we are so thankful to have such a caring athletic director like Gene Taylor. And Coach Kleiman is, again, building such a great roster. we're going to have two of the best running backs in the Big 12 on this roster in DJ Giddens and Dylan Edwards. And having those two in the backfield with Avery Johnson is going to make this team electric in every single game they play. There's a lot of talk, that KU's bouncing back, and KU's going to beat K-State this year. Kobe Bryant was talking a lot of trash for the Jayhawks on Twitter, and our K-State family responded in a magical way. They did so good. But I'm going to make this very clear. Again, I have said it, and I will continue saying it, that the job that Lance Leipold is doing in Lawrence, rebuilding that program from what it once was, he's doing an awesome job. And as another member of the Big 12, we love to see it. We want this conference to be stronger top to bottom. And we're keeping that up. I mean, it is absolutely one of the toughest conferences in the nation. And they absolutely are a powerhouse conference. No matter what anybody thinks, the Big 12 is a force to be reckoned with. And you better watch out, because we're coming. But I'll say this, KU, yes, you guys are making progress and stuff. You're not going to win. You're not going to come into Manhattan. You're not going to beat us. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and upset you right now. That ain't going to happen. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, maybe you have a chance of beating us. But not with this team that we have. The potential is through the roof. The sky is the limit with our talent and our athleticism. The just great players we have been adding to this roster. And not only for this year, next year and 2025 is going to be an absolutely amazing season as well. We're bringing in a whole bunch of recruits. We're bringing in a few Kansas kids. That's awesome to see as a K-State fan, to bring in local Kansas kids to our program and to turn them into something great. It was something that Bill Snyder was really, really good about, and just continuing that on with Coach Kleiman and Connor Riley, it's going to be exciting. We cannot wait to see the team that they build this year and next. And next year, we have something incredibly exciting. And I am so excited for this, because K-State gets to play Iowa State in Dublin, Ireland. We're bringing Farmageddon to Ireland. That's going to be so much fun to see how well the K-State and Iowa State fans travel. To see that, to see what kind of new fans not only K-State and Iowa State can get over there overseas, but the Big 12 as a whole, as a conference. That's going to help everything. Every single team, it's going to help. We're going to get if we can get more fans from overseas to watch our games and to, when they come visit America, to come check out our stadiums and stuff, that's incredible. I mean, the potential for the Big 12, what Brett is doing, is absolutely amazing, and we cannot wait to see what the future holds. And one of the other games that I want to mention for next year will be fun is Stillwater, Oklahoma. Man, going into there is always fun. This year, luckily, we get them at home, and that's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see it. Watching Ollie Gordon play in person, he's just such an incredible player. Their whole team really is really well built, and they very well could be a playoff contender in the next few years. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that Oklahoma State, K-State, Utah, there's a lot of really, really, really great teams in this conference, and we have a lot of potential to make several teams appearances in the college football playoff. The excitement is just crazy, and I love it so much. And it's, again, the games in Ireland and places like that, all these places were spreading on neutral sites and stuff. It's not just good for the teams that are playing. It is great for the entire Big 12 and the exposure. Having that international exposure is going to be incredible, and we cannot wait to see how it plays out. And we can't wait to see K-State and Iowa State hash it out in Dublin. I mean, that's going to be an absolutely great game and a hard-fought game. It's going to be a well-played game by both teams, and it's going to be competitive. And people over there are going to get to see what the Big 12 is really about and why the Big 12 is so great and why our fans love it so much. Oklahoma State has such an incredible team. Coach Mike Gundy is absolutely incredible. He is a great coach and has done an amazing job with that program in his time there. He has created some high-end talent through Oklahoma State. And going to Stillwater every single year is incredible. I love going to Stillwater. It's one of my favorite college towns, and I'll tell you that if you ask. Every single time, I'll tell you one of my favorite college towns in the nation is Stillwater, Oklahoma. And I'll tell you a great story about Stillwater and why it's one of my favorite places. We were down there the last couple of years for K-State's men's basketball game, and the atmosphere, the interaction with the fans is absolutely incredible. You're not going to meet a nicer fan base. You can have your friendly banter all you want. You guys can go hard all game long. And at the end of the game, you can look them dead in the eye and shake their hand and say, your team might have played better than us, or we beat you, but we're humble about it. And that's the beauty of the Big 12, and that's why we love it so much. But I'll tell you a really funny story about Stillwater. When we were down there in 2023, we asked the locals. We get down there like a Friday night or something, games on Saturday. So we're looking for something to do to kill some time on Friday night. So we're like, well, I guarantee they've got a little downtown area like Aggieville in Manhattan that is absolutely incredible. And for some reason, I cannot think of what they call it down there, but it is an absolutely amazing place. They've got all their entertainment spots there. We asked the locals, what's one thing that we cannot miss while we're here in Stillwater? Like, what's something that we have to go do while we're here? And almost every single one of them suggested that we check out the Curdy Shack. And so, obviously, our first question was, what in the world is a Curdy Shack? Man, it's life-changing, I'll tell you that. A Curdy Shack is it's literally a little shack that serves chili dogs. And I can't tell you how great this place was. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, it's down by all the college bars, so chili dogs are gonna be big down there. But they had one. It was their special chili dog, and it was incredible. It had cream cheese, chili, cheddar cheese, and it was potato chips, like wavy Lay's crunched up on the top. And that's the one that I had, and it was absolutely the best chili dog I've ever had. And I've made some amazing chili dogs in my life. Like, personally, I love to cook, and I like trying new things. So I've made some really, really good chili dogs over the years. This one blew me away, not gonna lie. But the thing that really, really got me was their special chili dog, was that same thing, but it had peanut butter on it. And all of the locals, you ask every single one, they will tell you that you have to try it once in your life at least. And man, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's life-changing. Go try it. That's all I can say. And the cool thing about the Curdy Shack is that they actually sell Curdy Shack chili dogs at the basketball arena in Stillwater for Oklahoma State. And that kind of support that they get from the community is absolutely incredible. I mean, man, and like I said, it's such a great place to eat. If you like chili dogs, mark it on your bucket list that you need to go to the Curdy Shack in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I promise you will not be disappointed in any way, shape, or form. It's fantastic. I cannot wait to see how that game plays out. You've got three of the best running backs in the Big 12. DJ Giddens and Dylan Edwards, like I said, but Oklahoma State has one of the most electrifying running backs in the entire nation in Ollie Gordon. This kid is incredible. The games I've watched him play in person has been absolutely amazing. This kid is electric, and he is going to do great things. He is going to translate to an NFL running back really, really well, and expect him to be a day 2 or 3 pick in the NFL draft. I mean, this kid works really hard. You can tell by his style of play that he cares about the game and his passion for the game. It's absolutely amazing to see a young player play as hard as he does and as great as he does. Oklahoma State has a chance to be really, really good in the Big 12 this year and to be a college football playoff contender. They really do. There's a lot of good teams in the Big 12, but Oklahoma State is up there with them. And you cannot count them out in any game because this is their first year in the Big 12. Either they are going to do an amazing job, which they are absolutely capable of. They can have a great season and they could be a college football playoff contender. They absolutely can. There is no shortage of talent on that team and the head coach and everything going on in that program. They've got all the right pieces. But you're playing in the Big 12 for the first time, and after your most vocal fans have been as excitable as they have about joining the Big 12, every single team in the Big 12 is going to make it incredibly difficult on Utah. And not just Utah, on all the newcomers. But it's going to prove how extremely competitive the Big 12 really is, and that every single game in the Big 12 is tough. You can't just walk all over an opponent. I mean, most games you will not have that. Most games will be a tough fought battle all the way to the end in the Big 12. That's part of the reason why we love the Big 12, and we're glad to have Utah in. We added depth and strength to the Big 12 by adding Utah, and we absolutely love having a team like Utah and a program like them join the conference. One of two things could happen this season. Either they play great in the Big 12 and they have a great year, or the Big 12 comes out and makes it so hard on them that they fall well under their win total projections for the year. And again, in the Big 12, it's so unpredictable. You never know. Even a great program like Utah could have a bad year in the Big 12 because of how tough the competition is. Now that I've got to have my fun with you guys, it's time to turn it over to Parker and see what kind of news he has for us today. And he's also going to give us our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Again, do not forget to go like and subscribe to all of their social pages. They're incredible, and we cannot thank them enough for sponsoring our Kansas Athlete Spotlight. And we are so grateful to bring the spotlight to all these great, wonderful young people, athletes that deserve the recognition that we are trying to give them. And we are so glad for all of your guys' support in this. All the support you give these athletes, it helps them so much, and we thank you guys so much for supporting them as much as we do. And keep the suggestions coming, man. We're always looking for more great Kansas athletes to put on our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Without further ado, Parker, take it away, buddy.
What's going on, y'all? Parker here, back with Tree City Sports. Glad to be back on. Glad to be talking about sports again. Great to be here. Great to be talking. Can't wait to discuss some more sports news here on Tree City today. So first off, I want to present our Kansas Spotlight Athletes of the Week presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Go ahead and go check those guys out. They got awesome drinks you can go get. And Calvin, as you can see, always has them on here. They look awesome. So go ahead and go try out Arrowhead Nutrition if you have the chance. Our first athlete of the week is Dalton Smith. Dalton went to Raymore Peculiar High School and then went to KCK where he started his pitching. He worked his way into their #1 closer this past spring, and he worked very hard. He had a great year with 3 wins, 1 loss, and had 3 saves for KCK. He pitched 25 or 26 innings and had a 2.1 ERA with 27 strikeouts. He's sitting around 91 to 94 miles per hour. And for anybody watching, JUCO arms thrown around 91 to 94. Those are what your Division I scouts are looking at. So he chose to take the next step at Kansas University this fall. Sad to see him go to the Jayhawks, but wish him all the luck. He had a bunch of other offers, but he liked the staff at KU, which I can agree. The coach there is a great guy. He's a very competitive kid, so I'm sure he'll fit right in there at KU. So good luck, Dalton, with your future endeavors at Kansas University, and still go Cats. Our next Kansas Spotlight Athlete of the Week is Caden Bunke from Salina South High School. Caden's committed to play at Cloud County Community College in the fall. He is a third baseman and pitcher. I'm not sure if he's going to pitch at Cloud or not, but he's a really solid hitter, pitcher, fielder, all-around player. He'll fit right in at Cloud with their culture they're building. Coach Gilly is a really good coach there at Cloud, and I'm pretty sure he'll get the guys going next season. They're going to be a pretty hard opponent for the Allen County Red Devils, my team, but I'm sure it'll be a fun time to play really good competition in the Jayhawk Conference, and I'm glad we're adding on to some more really good athletes in the Jayhawk division, and Caden's adding on to that for sure. So good job, Caden. And our next Kansas Spotlight Athlete of the Week, I know we have a lot coming still, so sit in there, stay tuned, maybe grab some popcorn. We got a lot of athletes to shout out here, a lot of good sports coming out of the state of Kansas. It's a great time to be an athlete in Kansas, I think. And our next athlete is softball player Peyton Hardenberger from Wamego High School. Peyton took home the Gatorade Player of the Year for women's sports this spring. She's a 2025 grad committed to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. She led Wamego to their 2nd straight state title. Hardenberger led the Red Raiders to a 23-2 overall record, an NCKL championship, regional championship, and a 4A state championship last month. In Salina, the 3-game state tournament run, she tossed 31 innings, pitched with 63 strikeouts and back-to-back no-hitters. That's just lights-out stuff by Peyton. She compiled a 15-1 record over the season with a .3 ERA. That's crazy. That's just lights out stuff there. And 288 strikeouts with 117 innings pitched. So she really was the Red Raiders' workhorse this season and carried them throughout. She also batted .459 with 23 RBIs and an OPS of 1.265. You know, those are just SEC type numbers there coming out of Wamego, and Really proud of her for her accomplishments, helping Kansas athletes get out there more. She took home that Gatorade Player of the Year, and congrats to Peyton again. What a season for her, and hopefully her senior season goes even better. So good job, Peyton. Going into our next Kansas Athlete Spotlight of the Week, we have Jaden Parsons, Kansas State's third baseman. Sadly, the Cats were eliminated up in Charlottesville this past weekend, but Jaden had a really good weekend and a really good regional the previous weekend. In the game against Louisiana Tech in the first round, he had 4 hits, a double, a home run, 4 RBIs, helped lead the Cats to a 19-4 victory, like I said in the last video. Great accomplishment there by Jaden. What a good game there. What a great performance. He really showed that guys from the JUCO level can come up to D1 and perform, so it's really cool for guys like me that are going to JUCO that can see guys like him perform and see that we also could do that one day. He started his career at Cloud County Community College in Concordia. In 2021, he played in 18 games with a .311 batting average, .425 on base percentage. With 19 hits in 2020, he hit .321 with 66 hits, 17 doubles, and 17 stolen bases. That's a really good stat line for the JUCO level. That ended up getting him a scholarship offer from Central Oklahoma. In 2 seasons at UCO, he played and started in all 83 games. Hell of an accomplishment. He had a slash line of .338, .414, and .430 with 114 hits, 53 runs batted in, and tallied 22 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. In 2023, he led the team with a .353 batting average and 67 hits. He slashed .353, .419, and .437 with a career best in hits 67, RBIs 35, and runs scored 42. And lastly, stolen bases 11. He then had a COVID year to use up, so he transferred to Kansas State to play his graduate year, and he's been a hell of an addition to the Cats roster. He had bat 2-hole for most of the playoffs, but he got pushed down the lineup a little bit in the Charlottesville Regional. The Cats ended up losing both games there, but Jaden had a really good weekend overall, and sad to see him go, but happy to have seen him in a Cats uniform, and it was awesome to watch play Jaden. So let's get into our next Kansas Spotlight athlete. Hopefully I don't butcher this next name too hard, but I think it's
Maley Douche.
Douche has officially been named Ottawa's University's softball coach. After being named associate head coach in 2023, she was announced to be succeeding Jay Kant after the 2024 season. Congrats to Maley, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but congratulations to Coach Douche, and the Braves are probably in a really good spot with her at the realm of that coaching staff and that program. The Braves hopefully are looking to have another good season next year, and hopefully she can bring a winning culture to the Ottawa University Braves. And then our last spotlights of the week, last but certainly not least, we have River and Hudson from Calvin Sun's baseball team. You guys have put together a really good season so far. Hope you guys keep up the good work. From a baseball player myself, I hope you guys continue to play the game and enjoy it, have fun with it, and just know that baseball is the best thing on earth. There's nothing better than it. Hope you guys continue to have fun with it and just enjoy your time out on the field no matter what, win, lose, or draw. Always have fun with the game, boys. And yeah, that's our last Spotlight Athletes of the Week. Thanks again for having me on, Calvin, and go Cats.
Thank you so much for that, Parker. We are so grateful to have you join the show, and thank you so much for bringing us our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Parker, you are an absolutely amazing young man, and we cannot wait to see what the future for your baseball career holds for you. And we will do everything that we possibly can to support you in your baseball career. With that being said, someone get Pete Hughes on the phone. It is his absolute dream to play baseball for K-State, and we want to do everything we can to help make that happen. So, someone call Pete Hughes for him. Parker, again, thank you so much for everything you do for the show. and we are so glad that you're here with us, and we cannot wait to see what the future brings and what you bring in the future for sports news in Kansas. And with that, I think it's actually about time to wrap up this episode. Man, it's exciting to be here to be able to bring you all the sports news in Kansas that you guys care about. And if there's something, a sport or an athlete that we haven't covered and you want to see us cover, let us know. We want to cover everything that you guys care about, and your input and your suggestions, especially for our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition, has been nothing short of incredible. You guys are doing an amazing job with your support for these young athletes, and as a coach and a father, that's exactly what we want to see from our communities. Lifting these athletes up and putting them in our spotlight brings me so much joy, and I am so thankful for y'all's support. Once again, I want to say thank you so much to AM Creations for making our shirts. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys have done wonderful sharing our stories on social media and everything, and we are so happy to support a local Ottawa, Kansas business, and we cannot wait to see what the future holds. And another huge shout out to Arrowhead Nutrition for sponsoring our Kansas Athlete Spotlight. These kids deserve the recognition, and they need all the support we can get. And if we can help spotlight these wonderful young athletes, we will do everything we can to continue that in the future. And a huge shout out to our friend Royal's mom at RJN Photography. If you mention this show, she'll give you 25% off your next booking. This has been absolutely incredible for me, and without the support of you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I thank you guys so much, and please do not forget to like and subscribe to all of our social pages. What an exciting episode we have, and we cannot wait to bring you more sports news. Until next time, y'all take care now.